Greetings and hello there, everybody. It's 8 weeks free to play in 2025. In fact, it's perfect free to play farming in 2025. And I've got some fun in store today. Something I like to do every now and then on these free to play accounts is look back at our previous free to play journeys. There are so many of them, and kind of see where those journeys sat at the same time frame as now. And it's going to be especially poignant today as we look back, because this is the very first time I've started from scratch with all of the new updates. We're getting all this stuff much quicker in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, where we get to level 85 in 2.5 weeks. This is the first time this has been available from the start in the game. So we're gonna take a look back at 4 previous accounts over the last 4 years free to play and see how they stacked up against free to play now in 2025. I'm also gonna talk to you generally about where the account stands today, and then after the credits, I'm going to be working my mods today, which I'll explain why when we review the status of the account today. So let's get started. Let's take a look at my first free-to-play account back in early 2021. Now, this is a younger, sexier Nooch, and I kind of want to hear what he's got to say. This isn't... I used to do some really weird intros, but I actually think this was pretty good. I listened to a brief part of it. Let's check out the intro. 4 years and 4 months ago, February 2021, 8 weeks into my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren farm. You don't want to buy any death sticks because you can't afford death sticks. You have no credits. You need credits. All right, that tracks. Let's take a look at the account. You know, that is... I'm in the middle of that today. Now, they've added some tools. Whoa. That's it? Surely there's more. Surely there's more than that. Scroll down, Nooch. Scroll down a little bit. Am I gonna... Is that it? These are all my favorites. Surely I've got more done than this. Yeah, you can see at the bottom there. I've got some characters farmed. Darth Vader... Am I going to scroll down to them? I don't think so. Darth Vader, Kylo Ren Unmasked. I did get to Kylo Ren Unmasked there. Must have scrolled down to get to him. Maybe not. Where am I here? There we go. Okay. So we got these characters for him. First of all, look at the layout is so much different. This was in blue stacks at the time. Galactic power, 286, 145. Today we are at 586, 456. A complete turnaround from 2021, 4 years ago. And note that looks like I was at level 75. Look at KRU, that's awful. Look at that. I mean, these graphics, Tarkin looks about the same, I think. Farm Boy Luke looks different. A lot of this stuff looks different, but a very, very different account. Although I was at 7-star Kylo, 7-star Luke. Those are my only 7-star characters, I think. Let's go back to the beginning here. 7-star Akbar, Kanan is 7-star, Biggs, Princess Leia. I was farming a Rebel fleet. I remember this Home 1 fleet, which was a mistake at the time, and I remember acknowledging that mistake later, but wow, what a difference in 4 years ago. What about 3 years ago? Now, this was our Sith Eternal farm. Turn the music back on, sorry. This was our Sith Eternal farm 3 years ago, and we were at 322,000 galactic power, so still well behind where we are now, although the ships look somewhat similar. I've got, you know what? 8 weeks in, we were still not at level 78. Looks like we were about level 74. Where are the characters here? They were there a second ago. Where'd they go? Oh, there, why am I talking like this? Level 74. Okay, we were at level 74 3 years ago. At 8 weeks into Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And we had a, similar kind of a similar spot to where we were 4 years ago with not a lot happening, and we were farming Phoenix to get us ourselves that 7-star Palpatine and working on Thrawn probably somewhere in here. But yeah, definitely behind. And let's pull up those ships again. Let's take a look at the ships now on our roster at the moment. Look at ships. We've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5-star ships, and I guarantee at the time that TIE Bomber was only available on the Queel node. It was not in the Galactic War Store. That changed toward last fall or last August or September. So, yeah, you know, even 3 years ago, we were still lagging behind, although it looks like it was a little better 3 years ago than it was 4 years ago. What about 2 years ago? 2 years ago was actually when I first started a free-to-play account just to see. I farmed this to level 85, and then I just let this account go. This account is floating out there somewhere. I'm not even sure what the login is on this account, but I wanted to see how long it took to get to level 85, how it was. It took the same amount of time to get to level 85. You can see up there, 384,000 galactic power. We were still lagging behind, and we were at level 75. So 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, level 74, level 75 was as deep as you were going to get in 8 weeks in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and we were not making the progress that we're making today. What about 1 year ago on that Nooch Vader account? Okay, so I just looked back at it, and the update to get you to level 85 and, you know, much quicker in the game, actually it was like 4 weeks at the time, and then they trimmed it down even more later in the year, but that came out at week 5. At week 5 of the Nooch Vader account, they released that update. We popped this account to level 85, got a lot more farming done, but you can see even then we're at 492,000 galactic power on this account because it started for 5 weeks on the old system and then jumped to the new one. So everything we have done on this account this year is brand new. We are way ahead, maybe not way ahead of where we were a year ago. We did get those Bad Batch handed to us a year ago, but even then, I mean, look at the graphics last year. Look at that Bosk. Look at that Jedi Knight Anakin. You know, the graphics of these PFPs have been updated. I don't know, we call them PFPs, character icons, whatever you want to call them. Big upgrade from last year to this year, but yeah, every single year, this so far, 2025 has been the best year to start a free-to-play account in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So let's look at where the account is now. Fun little look back there. I enjoy doing those every now and then just to kind of see what the game looked like in the past. And just, you know, I'm just looking at the overall, like, UI, I guess, or view or graphics of the game. Big, giant improvements from previous years. Like, let's look at that Bosk. Look at Bosk up there. And then if I hide this, look at Bosk there. Look at Bosk there. And look at Bosk here. That's night and day, boys and girls. That is night and day. Plus, we've been at level 85 a lot since week 2.5. A lot more things going on in this account. So what is going on the account 8 weeks into our free-to-play journey here? I made a big decision. I kind of went back and forth on it this week. And I thought about maybe I'll go buy the Hyperdrive bundle because everybody's buying the Hyperdrive bundle now that it's going to be a permanent $10 Hyperdrive bundle now, it looks like. That's not where I want to be in the store. This is permanently $10 now. So I really, truly thought about buying that Hyperdrive bundle for $10 because it just kind of makes sense. And I feel like going forward, like next year when we do a free-to-play account, I'm going to buy that Hyperdrive bundle. That's going to be one of the first things I do, or maybe I'll play for a week and then buy it. Because I feel like it's you're actually punishing yourself in fleets by not buying it early, and I've not been able to get one crystal in fleet, and I'm not anywhere close to it yet. So that'll be something we'll talk about next year. But I've decided not to buy it on this account. I did go back and forth and back and forth. The reason being not that I'm worried about like taking this out of free-to-play status, because with 90% of accounts, I feel like, spending $10 to buy it, I don't feel like I'd take myself out of that status, but we've already started. We're already deep into this. I've already gotten my ability materials challenge mats done. I just don't feel like I would definitely be adding a lot in gear and resources and zetas and energy and everything else, but as far as adding characters that I'm already at, it's not really going to help me that much. And let's just keep this one pure this time around. We'll do it next time. Come back in May 2026. We'll launch a new account. We'll buy a Hyperdrive bundle. We'll see what that does for us. Anywho, or maybe by then they'll just include it with every account regardless. My voice is getting a little froggy, isn't it? Froggy, boys and girls. Yes. Where are we on the account, and why am I going to be showing you how I'm farming my mods later on? It's all tied in to where we are in the account. We are getting really close to our Phoenix all being 7 stars. This is the first team we're farming right now. 2 different assault battles it's going to get us. We need 48 shards on Rex, 40 on Sabine Wren. You look at 4 a day. I'm looking at 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we're going to have our Phoenix at 7 stars. That's going to be a big deal because we'll be able to do our military might and secrets and shadows testing with our low-level Phoenix early on while taking them up to Gear 12 to see how they perform. And at Gear 12, I think they can take us through Challenge Tier 1 of both of those secrets and shadows and military might assault battle. And I need a drink. Check out the merch store, link in the description, boys and girls. So Phoenix looking good, 2 weeks to 7 stars. What about our Imperial Troopers? Our Imperial Trooper, oh, by the way, Phoenix also, you can see this, the main team, they're all at level 85, so good there. Imperial Troopers. If we're looking at Imperial Troopers, I've got the main team here that I'm farming, Veers, Piet, Stark, Snow Trooper, Range Trooper. I talked about that in a video this week, why I'm doing this team over Dark Trooper and Moff Gideon, because of the Chirotechs. I'm trying to keep my Chirotech investment minimal. I'm trying to keep my return on investment maximal, and I can get these troopers at Gear 12 and below are going to get me to Challenge Tier 2 and or Challenge Tier 3 of the Forest Moon Assault Battle when I add in Gar, Saxon, and Imperial Super Commando. So pay attention to that as we move the channel forward. I'm going to keep these guys up. I'm not adding any more gear to these guys because I want to be testing them at very low gear levels. The Imperial Troopers are the Veers lead and Piet, and there are high performers in both the Rebel Roundup and Forest Moon Assault battles. And then we look at my Empire. And by the way, my first Zeta was Rex's last ability. My second Zeta was Emperor's Trap here on Piet. My third Zeta is ready to apply. I'm kind of back and forth a little bit on that. Now, I might give it to Wampa with an early Omicron. I could give it to Veers to get us, extra offense up and turn meter gain whenever an enemy is eliminated. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with that. So we may hold it for a while, but they're all level 85. We're ready to get moving on Imperial Troopers. Now, one thing I think is important to note before we look at any more teams, I've been able to get a lot of credit farming done right here. With my Mark 1 raid currency, I mentioned on that very first video 4 years ago that I had no credits. My funny joke at the beginning, the intro. I have farmed, I'm going to say, 60 to 70% of my credits right here, and even shipbuilding materials. Excuse me, it's an interesting evening. I farmed a lot of those right here. This is a great place to farm credits and shipbuilding materials. Unfortunately, no training droids for characters, and training droids are what is actually holding me back. Let's go take a look at my next team that I've got up and running, or I'm getting ready to get up and running, is my Poncho Bros, Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon. I want to get them to Gear 8 first so I can start farming mods in the monthly Duel of the Fates Assault Battle. Then they're going to be my first relics. I want to take them both to Relic 7 because that Duel of the Fates Assault Battle is going to feed this roster. That's going to be oil, running the engine, lubricating my Galaxy of Heroes engine going forward. But I was able to take Padawan Obi-Wan to level 85 this week. Let me, let's switch sides here. Where are we? Let's go over to here. There we go. Like and subscribe, everybody. He's at Gear 8, level 85. But Master Qui-Gon, I don't have the training droids. I've got the credits. I don't have the training droid. Look at that. Look how many training droids that takes. I can only take him to level 76 and no further right now. So what that means is I can't spend all these credits at the moment on taking my characters to level 85. All the characters I want to take to level 85. And so that's why I've been farming mods. I've been farming my mod slicing materials. I got a truckload of these, 500. I got a truckload of these, 500. I got a truckload of these, although I won't use them yet because I got to be at Gear 12 to use my 6-dot mods. I have a truckload of this stuff. I've been farming a lot of mods as well. I'm going to work on my mods. That's why I'm working on my mods, because I can't afford to upgrade my characters right now, not because of credits, but because of training droids. And the credits go toward my mods, but training droids do not. The other two teams I'm working on right now, the other two teams I'm working on actively right now, my bounty hunters with Bosk, Dengar's level 53, I got Boba Fett level 85, I got Mando at level 84, and Greed Karga level 56. That's my bounty hunter team I've been working. And then also I'm working on my Geonosians. These are my first, I talk about it, guys, first 5 teams you farm. This is 4 of them. The 5th one is going to be Executors. You move toward that, and then there's one more team. Who was that one more team? Anyway, I'll get there eventually, but you can see I've got my 3 Geos here, Spy, Soldier, and Sunfac, because they're the pilots for my Geo ships. They're all level 85. Obviously, I can't take Geo Brood Alpha or Poggle the Lesser level 85, and I'm still working on sharding them as well. That'll come down the road for me. One thing I thought about is applying my next Zeta to Queen's Will on here, on Geo Brood Alpha, because it makes that team really, really good in lower levels of Grand Arena, but I'm going to hold off on that as I'm moving forward. So that's where we are on the roster. I forgot to mention Gar Saxon and Imperial Super Commando. I am holding Gar Saxon. I'm going to farm. Right now I'm using these Cantina battles to farm my Geo Brood Alpha. When I get done with that, I'm going to go get Gar Saxon, the 7 stars. And I'm farming Imperial Super Commando now that my ships have gotten far enough. He's in Fleet Battle 4A. And I'm actually using my Get 1 currency. He shows up in the guild event store from time to time, a couple times, few times a week, whatever. Down here with the characters, I am using this currency to grab that Imperial Super Commando, because that's what's gonna help me in the Forest Moon Assault battle, get all the way to Challenge Tier 3 with low-level troopers and Gar Saxon and Imperial Super Commando. So some fun stuff coming up there, and that's the teams I'm working on at the moment. I've got some of these new raid teams highlighted or favorited, but my guild's not going to be there for a minute. If you can see, yeah, right now we're still in the Sith Triumvirate raid normal. We're not even doing heroic on this, so we are a little ways off from doing the new Order 66 raid in my guild right now. And that's the updates on the account. If you want to watch me work my mods, stay tuned after the credits. That's what I'm going to be doing, and it's a little bit more, the pace will slow down a little bit as I work on the mods, and we can see what we can do, because right now, if you look at my mods, they need work. We need work. I need to get my Imperial Troopers up, my Phoenix, and my Poncho Bros. We're going to take a look at what we got, do the best I can. Everybody, have a great day. See you after the credits. And of course, always remember, right here, Newt's too good. Okay, everybody, here's the story. Streaming is, making videos is hard. I finished the video. I had to cough. I muted my mic. I recorded 12 plus minutes of me working on mods for Rex and Piet and Sabine. And then, but I never turned the mic back on. So you're gonna hear like game noise in the background here, but you ain't gonna hear nothing from that guy's mouth. So I'll tell you what I'm looking at here. First, we start off with Admiral Piet's mods, and I'm trying to get a good speed set on Piet, and in a moment I'll try to get a good speed set on Rex. I rolled some really nice speed mods here for Piet. This is not one of them. We took some shots here early on. One thing is, like, even if I didn't roll good speed, like that's a 4-speed mod right there, I'm keeping that because I'm too early in the game to throw away a mod with any speed on it at all. I can't afford to just dump these mods. Now, when you get a mod like that previous one with no speed secondary, just sell it. Just get it out and sell it. Those gold mods, they come full of secondaries, so this is the one. You guys have been watching me. I'm back. I'm fully back because we're at 13 speed and it's about to be 17 in a second. That's the mod I put on Piet's. Yeah, clap, clap, clap. Clap away, Chief. What are you doing, you moron? Turn the freaking, look at the, see the mic? See the mic? This is on. This is on. What a rocket scientist. Anyway, we got through and built a pretty good set on Piet. Let's see here. What did I get? There's another 15 speed. See that circle? 15 speed. And we got to the end of Piet. Let me find it here. Oh, that wasn't it. Hang on a second. Hang on. There's the last mod on Piet. One thing that was of note from me here is you want to make sure, you see those set bonuses right here? Those set bonuses? It takes 4 speed mods to make a speed set, 2 to make a hell set. So you want to get those set bonuses clean and filled out directly as much as possible. Now, I'm not going to go super deep into all, how to mod and everything else here. For that, go check out Mods 101 Reborn. I recorded it a few months ago. Deep detail, working through mods, talking about everything that's important on mods. Go, if you don't know how to work mods, that is the video for you. Get out a notebook, get your notebook out. Get that video, I think it's good 45 minutes long. Set aside some time, make some notes. There's some great timestamps in that video. Do what you can, come back to it later. Mods 101 is where you want to be for that. Here I'm just working through my mods. I was looking at potency for Rex, but then I realized, like, he's landing tenacity down with his AoE, so why would I want to I don't think I really even need potency, even though I thought I did. Maybe to land his stun with his second ability, but this is where I'm looking it up. So you don't really need potency, so I try to get as much offense as possible, but right now, I gotta, my mom always told me not to settle, and I'll tell you guys the same thing. In life, just don't settle. Just don't settle. It's part of why there's a trick in this game. Like, you see these gray mods? A lot of folks, right there, a lot of folks will take it up to just level 6, and then if you don't hit the speed on level 6, they'll sell it. I get that. I fully understand that. It's a better way to be more efficient with your credits. I can't make myself do it. I have to see what's at the end of that rainbow there. I want to see what I left on the table. And you guys, you know that a few days ago, and I put a short out about it, and it was on a stream. I took a gray mod, and I just rolled speed, 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 speed. And because I took it to level 12 and I was able to get it, it was a 21 speed mod by the time I got done with it. So I'm not good at limiting my possibilities. That's why I like to iterate these accounts, start new accounts. I like to see what the possibilities are so I can talk to you guys about how the game works. So I'm always taking these gray mods to level 12. It costs more. It definitely drains my resources a little bit, but it is what it is. I want to see what I can do with these mods. So we got a nice little set on Captain Rex. I think that I figured this out. Let's see if I can find where I figured this out here. Hang on. I'm working on Sabine's mods. At some point, I'm going to look down and realize my mic is off. Wait, come on, man. It's coming up. Hold on. I swear it's coming. Right there. I didn't pause this. This is not paused. Let's get Sabine back up and work on her mods. Let me get I didn't mute the mic that time because I want to make okay. I was gonna upgrade this once, I guess. That's what I was doing. Okay, what do I got here? I'm pretty limited on these. 5, 4, 3. Turn that. Let's get some music back going again. Sorry. No speed. Sell it. No speed. Yep. Sell it. Let's just get the 5 on her, and I'm gonna be done with this. I am settling. Like I said, my mom always told me not to settle. I think that's true in most cases. But right now, I'm just not going to get all the best mods or the mods I really want to get on these guys right now. Let's work on Padawan Obi-Wan. We want to get a nice offense set on him. I'm not going to have a lot of options. You guys just saw that. I don't have a lot of crit damage mods here, do I? No. So let's get an offense set on Padawan Obi-Wan right now. We will deal with what we got. I'm going to go with health on him to keep him alive a little bit longer. There's a speed. Let's take that up to 15. There we go. Let's just assign that. I want a crit damage mod here, if I can get it. Crit damage. Again, it's already 15. I'm going to keep it. There's one. 5 speed. Okay. Wow, this one's going on whether I hit it again or not. I hit it. One more. Okay. Again, most folks would stop there on the purple at 10 and just not move forward, but I'm not most folks. I like to take shots. I want to put it all on 24 black or whatever it is. Actually, no. If I was playing roulette, I've thought about this before. If I was playing roulette, I would just go, like, put my first chip on black. If I hit black again, right back on black, over and over and over again. The odds are something like if I try that enough, eventually, I'll make money, I think. Don't quote me and don't do that because I said so. I don't really want a defense mod on her. I really, that potence, no, on him, not her. I really want offense here if I can get it. Do I really have no, did I just look at this a minute ago? Good Lord. Wow. I think that's Jeremy Irons from Die Hard with a Vengeance. Good Lord. I think I just want to get some, like, get some health and keep him alive. No speed. No. Protection, maybe? He does land debuffs, right? This is not ideal. We need to find some offense primaries for him. We'll work on that. Okay, that's not a great mod either, but I need to get some offense mods on him. I'm running out of mods to work on here, guys. That's a speed. One more. Okay, one more. I'm gonna leave that one. Gotta get one more. Okay, that's... Oh, wow. No speed here at all. Like I said, this only cost me credits and obviously my slicing materials, but I don't have an endless supply. See, I'm already down to 8 million, so I'm trying to be a little bit careful here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put that on him. And then we'll just take... Oh, I had an offense mod there, didn't I? Okay. Not great speed on Jedi or Padawan Obi-Wan, but we'll work on the rest of these guys later. Everybody, General Veers is going to be next up for me probably, and then Stark and Snowtrooper. On these early teams, you want Piet going first and Stark going second. That's like... It's like three buffs, and every time they get a buff, they get 10% turn meter. So work on more of these later as we go. Well, let's get a health mod on Kanan just to replace the one we lost. Kanan just wants health, boys and girls. That's all you want on Kanan. Health, then health. Maybe some crit avoidance, but mostly just health. And not no speed. I want some speed on him. Not no speed. Not no speed. For those who think this is easy, I just turn the camera on and it goes. Not so much. I'm doing these one by one so that when I hit one, I can stop. Let me rephrase that. I'm doing these one by one, so if I hit one, I can stop. There's one. Jeez Louise. That's pretty good. Well, I took the speed off of him earlier, and I'm putting it right back on him. All right. There we go. That's our mod work for today. Despite our snafu right there at the beginning. Guys, thanks for tuning in today here at 8 Weeks Free to Play. Hopefully it's taught you something. Hopefully we're all learning something together, like how to turn your mic on when you're supposed to. Have a great day. Again, I'll talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch too good.